Here's something not to do. Um, don't include pages before the script starts and tell us to ignore them. We actually got a script that said, don't pay attention to the first 8 pages. It starts after that. And because I remember reading it, I'm going,
like,
what? Like, take them out. Start where you're supposed to start. It didn't get much better, by the way. So it was a happy coincidence. But this is your presentation to the industry, albeit this little small part of it. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, actually, along those lines, another little piece of advice is know your formatting, know your structure, have somebody proofread your script. I'm the worst at that personally. If I've written a script, there will be typos. That's okay. We want to try and mitigate that as much as possible. But we've had scripts. We had a script from Europe that came to us that we really liked the idea and the concept, and we really think there's and it wasn't like the greatest concept, but it had very interesting elements. It looked like it had a lot of financing potential behind it, with some interesting casts attached. And we want to be a part of this project. Give us the script. We read the script, and the guy had written it in
Word.
Yeah, Microsoft Word, and it
on
was
both sides of a page. On both sides,
and that's okay because you want to save paper, but margins going across the page for dialogue,
no formatting, no nothing.
It was horrible, and it just made it almost impossible to read.
And by the way, this person was totally unapologetic. We actually met with the person to talk to them about it, and not that we needed an apology. I don't mean it that way. I mean like, and they said, well, it's a European sensibility. We don't use Final Draft. Okay, use your margins, use your spell check, use whatever you have to use to make it better.
Something.
Find something.
But we tried to look past that. But my advice to any writer is don't give any producer, agent, manager, director, star a reason to off the cuff go, this is unprofessional, I'm not interested. So when you don't know how to put together a slug line, or you don't know how to talk about action, or you don't know how to find out. There are plenty of good books out there.
I know a good book.
Why it's picking up. A nice book.
Brian wrote a terrific book, and this was not intended to be part of this. But I'll let him give you the title of it. But his book on screenwriting is one of the best books I've read on communication in general. It's not pedantic. It's not condescending. It's conversational. It holds you by the hand figuratively and walks you through the process. And the name of the book is
Process to Product.
Really is a good book.
A practical guide for the screenwriter.
The other thing that's not necessary in pitching a script is telling us exactly how you're going to market it, how you're going to. Some knowledge of how you're going to theoretically fund it is useful, but there are so many moving variables. I'm now getting away from the pure creative to the more business marketing portion of it, but we don't need to be told that there are certain credits that you plan on using credits. Yeah, well, we know that. If you have a specific locale that's necessary for the script, and there's a 45% tax incentive or whatever, you can mention it. Shows a certain knowledge, certain professionalism, but some of the packages that we get, we've seen these things before. So you don't put your effort there. Really, put your effort in characters, story, structure, typos, formatting. You want to give us a lookbook? That's great. Give us a mood of what you're thinking of. Anything to enhance the experience that we're going to have reading the project. That's far more important than telling us that horror is a really good area to invest in. We know that. That's our business. It's in our name.
And that actually, that speaks more directly to the writer, director, writer, producer.
Right.
If you're just talking, my feeling is if you're a writer and you don't have, because we'll certainly look at a script. We don't need to have all the other elements attached, but you better have a better script than the next guy. Because otherwise, if I've got 2 scripts of equal value and one has a director attached and $1 million, or one has You know, Angelina Jolie is going to star in it. I'm going to, given all things being equal, I'm going that way
He likes Angela Jolie.
as well.
Yeah.